About what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Hi guys!
Hi,
Welcome back to our channel. My name is Hope.
I'm Guido.
Yeah, and this is Hope and Ido. Today we'll be talking about
Trip to Gambia and Senegal.
yeah, we just got back like 2 days ago and we are just chilling at home, relaxing and cleaning out the house and just getting ready to start our new jobs next month. So we just want to quickly do a sit down of our experiences on this trip, both the good and the bad, mainly the bad, what we experienced, what we learned, the lesson we learned, and
Generally, it was a very nice holiday, but
Yeah.
some points of interest.
yeah, we learned a couple of new things and some things we know next time we do better, or what we will not do next time traveling abroad, especially to an African country. Maybe 1 or 2 persons can learn from it.
Yes.
So at first when we arrived, tell them guys what time
Yeah,
we arrived.
first let's tell you guys that just whenever you go to Africa, it doesn't matter. Do not change euros into dollars with grenswisselkantoor. The rates are terrible. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, I paid more euro for $1
Yeah, because
than ever.
yeah, because we read that they spend dollars there. Only for us to get there and we discovered they actually prefer euros. You get more.
Yeah.
So like any country you are going from, just go with the country currency. That's the first
Yeah.
thing.
Don't buy with official exchange rate euros and all that.
Yeah. So that was
Anyway, so,
that was
yeah.
the first thing. The plan was initially okay. We chose African because I was in Nigeria proud to that time, as you guys know already. So I could not be around to process any visa. So anywhere we're going to has to be within an African country where I can go, and it has to be warm, and it needs to be where my husband can also go with no visa, because there was no time for the visa.
No, we on Friday we still had to decide where to go.
Yeah,
And
on Monday we were
were-
on our way, so we had just few days to plan. I just came back from my trip to Nigeria, and we just planned in, and we packed up and we went. So it wasn't like a long planning, but we just needed to take this because Ido was on vacation, changing jobs, so we needed to do this, and we needed to finish some of the things we were doing back in Nigeria, and also for me to rest. So that was why we chose Gambia. So fortunately for us, when we got there, this flight was smooth. We got it very nice. That's another point. If you want to like travel on a budget, the flight is very important, because that takes like
That's the main part of the.
that's
of
the main
cost.
part. So we're able to get
a very very cheap flight.
yeah.
It was just one layover, so not like they let you go
Yeah,
all around the world and then you are traveling for a gazillion days, but it was just 9 hours in total with 6.5 hours of flight. So
we had
just 2.5 hours layover.
So with all the delay, it wasn't even up to 2 hours before we even talk, clear immigrations and everything was. So it was really, MROP was, we just discovered it, and it's like the best. That's what we'll be traveling with now, because they're very cheap. The cost of both of our tickets was what KLM or Turkish will have
was
paid for
almost 50% just of
yeah.
what KLM would charge
Yeah,
us.
so we really saved on that part.
No movies on board though, but who cares for
Yeah,
movies for a couple
they are
of
smaller
hours?
planes, so there are no
Yeah.
screens, but at least we were comfortable. The first plane, Ido was comfortable, he could sit with his feet. It was even bigger chairs than the KLM flight. Then the second was a bit cramped up, but it wasn't like a long thing. Before you close your eyes and wake up, it was already 3 hours and we arrived. So we arrived in the middle of the night, and the first thing
That's the other saving point, because we arrived very very early in the morning, and I called the hotel up front. Our
Yes.
booking started the day
The
we
day
arrived,
we
and
arrived,
not the day
before.
So we saved 1 day.
So we did, yeah, and we saved 1 day because we wanted to book like the Tuesday. I'm like, no, but we wanted to book for Monday because
Yes.
we left Monday, we left the Netherlands on Monday. So I said no, why not book on Tuesday? When we get there, there's an argument, we're going to sort it. And luckily enough, we called them that we are having in the middle of the night. Can we check in then? They said no problem. So it was very easy. We were able to save on that. And even the hotel, when we checked, we just looked for the hotel. We wanted something African theme, something really back to the roots, but also with the luxury and the comfort and everything. So when we checked a couple of hotels, and we saw some, they were too modern. But when we checked and we saw a particular hotel, the name of the hotel is Bamboo Village Resort. It looks like a hut, the African hut. I'll be showing you guys the videos. And
like an African village in
like
the middle of
yes.
of the rainbow somewhere.
Yeah,
but with a very nice big swimming pool.
With the pool, luxury and everything.
Yeah.
So everything was the setting was beautiful. We fell in love with it. And when we arrived there, it was also very, it was even more than what we expected in the videos. And their prices were very, very okay. Yeah. So another thing we learned, if you are traveling, booked with a few days, don't book the entire trip. Just book online for a few days. Immediately you arrive there, because the prices of, for example, booking.com, they add like some percentage to it.
Yeah, it seems like they add some 10%.
10%. So when
locally you can
pay,
renegotiate the rates. Actually, also when you're going for longer and it's outside the season.
Yes.
So because season ends in Gambia like in May, June, and then it's rainy season until November. Then the high season is again.
So we didn't go in like the peak season. It was like towards the end of the season. So it also helped us. But the hotel, we were able to save after the first 3 days. We now negotiated with them directly. We were able to reduce like 300 or $400
the last fee on the total price. That was like 10 to 15%.
Now 10 to 15%. Yeah. So we just booked for the first 3 days with booking.com. Then later we start paying directly. And what we noticed is most of their payment machine doesn't work. So we were paying everything in cash. So it's also good. It's advisable to withdraw all the money you planned on spending. At least 80-90% of what you planned on spending. Take it along. It's not like a huge sum of money. Just withdraw it and take it along.
Take along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 credit cards.
Take along like multiple credit cards in case you mistake one, you will not be stranded. Of course, you can send money to yourself, but we lost our credit card like 1 week into our trip, and after we went to Fatal, I think that was where he was missing. But then he had another credit card. I forgot my PIN for my credit card, because I hardly use it, so we couldn't use mine. So he had like 2 others. So and by the second credit card, we were able to even get better rates.
So another tip upfront: check the exchange rates for every credit card, because I found out that Mastercard beep, no commercial Mastercard had way better exchange rates than Visa. It was, I calculated today, and it was like 8 to 10%.
10% difference between Mastercard and Visa Mastercard. So that's another tip you guys should like note. So when we got in at 2-3 a.m. the first thing that we already falling in love and liking the whole thing. It was hot, of course, like normal African airports. But when we now got in, we've already cleared immigration, we've cleared customs, and they already passed us to go. I just saw one of the guys, he signaled to the other guy at the other end to stop us. So I'm like, why are they stopping us? He said we should come. So that was my first bad experience. It wasn't like a bad experience, but it was with uniform person was my first clash, because I had several encounters. So that was my first clash. I'm like, a little bit annoyed. Because it was
on the edge.
Yeah, it was 3 a.m. and I don't like to be profiled, because you saw me with a white person. He called us and said, my sister, I have the video. So immediately I started recording, because I don't want any negative encounters that will not be cancelled. So I was recording. I was like, my sister. I said, okay, we are like, what did you call us to? And what do you have there? I said, our clothes. And we want to check. I said, okay, go ahead and check. So I was not filming my luggage. It was not like, hey, we are not allowed to film this and this. He's trying to be nice with me. I said, sir, it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. How many people did you call? Why did you signal? Although Obi said he saw someone some people in the room.
Yeah, also other people.
But I
You were
felt
just
I
one
was
of them.
I felt I was singled out because there were lots of people passing out. We already the machine has already scanned our luggage. Everything was fine. So why we one person now want to go through? You know that thing they do in the Nigerian airport just to get money, and we just came, no SIM, no money, nothing. And the first thing we did was pay. Another thing you need if you are going to Gambia, just get ready $20 for your security deposit. That's the equivalent is to 1,000 the lassie.
No, pay in the lassie because that's way cheaper.
Yeah, so pay in the lassie, don't pay in dollars. So when we got in, we only have dollars with us, so we paid $40, 20 each as security deposits for each of us. You pay at entry and you also pay at exit. So keep that in mind whenever you are going to. Those are the things you need to read up. It's also good to read up about the country, security, wherever, security details about the country you are going to, what is expected on what you are not meant to do. We did that, but we didn't really study. We just want to like go along with the flow. So when we got in, fine, I knew I was a bit impatient because I just felt a need. Anytime I'm in Africa, I always feel a need to protect him. So I just feel, why are you trying to get? If you want to ask money, just ask nicely and everything. We'll give it to you, but don't try and go through 5 boxes of luggage and you are trying to be friendly and everything. So he got offended and we were going back and forth, and I was just standing firm. He said, okay, check, we have the time. If you want to pick on me at 3 a.m., the timing was what was wrong for me. You don't pick on new people, you know they are foreigner, and I've asked you, this is my first time, I'm a tourist. You don't pick on me at 3 a.m. I'm not in the mood after a long flight. So that was my first bad.
Everybody was tired and not in the mood. So that we had in common with also the officer.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, he let us go, so we exited, we got a SIM, they were customer service people from Africell, and they were nice, they registered us.
Another tip, in every country get a SIM card, or next time when you buy a phone, buy yourself an eSIM, because on an eSIM you can store like 7, 8 or 9 or 10 different SIM cards. You just can activate, deactivate, so you can keep them for long. You don't have to exchange them anymore, any of them.
Yeah.
My tip for buying a new phone. Buy a phone.
Buy a new phone. So immediately we exchange money. That we go exchange money. We exchange to the lassie. Then from the airport back to the hotel was 1,000, and we paid another $20. That's about $1,300 to get to our destination. I think it's just a standard fare. So that's about when we now arrived. They welcomed us. We lodged and everything was fine. We were having fun. What we noticed more about Gambia, we noticed that a lot of Dutch influences is British colony was formerly a British colony, but now there's more like the Dutch influence. The Dutch are the people doing a lot of orphanages, a lot of
there are some Dutch project by the old prince that was married to the Dutch queen.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Dutch people. Yeah, we noticed a lot of Dutch people there. It was as if I'm on the streets in Rotterdam. So it was like we were more comforted, and like this is a tourist. It's basically a tourist country. We enjoyed ourselves. We had memories. We made new friends. I learned how to swim. Those were the ups. So when it got to the final day, we were going to stay there. So normally it's very hot. It's like 40 degrees, even above. You can get that hot. But in the evenings, that's another beautiful thing about the Gambia. In the evenings it gets a bit cool.
Yeah,
so you can
cooler.
You can sleep well at night. It's not like Nigeria that everywhere is very hot. Even at night you can't sleep. So I wore this bomb short with I'm going to attach the picture. My second bad experience, this video is all about sharing tips of what we learned and are bad and the good. So we were walking past the police station. I was wearing a white bomb short with a top. It's like a singlet mono whatever top. So we walked past the police station. The officer now came, called us back, and said his boss wants to speak with us. So I told him, okay, let's go with him.
Instead of telling us directly what the issue was.
Because we were there doing it, and the way they dressed, I was even telling Obi, people are so free here. If this is predominantly an Islam country, but the women are free because the tourist area. So the foreigners, everybody wears whatever they like. So there is no restrictions. There's no instructions on the dress code. Everybody dress was even Gambian ladies, everybody, they are not covered up like the regular Muslim women. So I didn't have any issue. I've been wearing revealing clothes all through the vacation because it was very hot.
Not that revealing, just, you know.
Yeah, like
shorts.
just a short. Normal things any other person wear. So,
anyway,
so we were picked on that day. So we went back respectfully with the officer back to the police station. It was more like a police station, small police station. So we went back, and the officer that came to call, his eyes were so piercing and so like as if I did something. So I told Obi, I don't know what we did, but the eye of this guy is really upsetting. What did we do? Did he take his wife, or we killed someone, or I don't know what our offense was. But I told Obi, start recording, put on your voice recorder. I'll be recording video. So I start recording. They told us to sit down. We sat down. 5 minutes later, I'm like, what are we doing here? I told Obi, go and ask them, what are we doing here? Because we are doing, and they said the boss is coming and we should hold on. We kept, Obi was like, no, you cannot just keep us waiting. We've been waiting. Where's the boss? Let's talk to him. Let's know what the issue. Why did you stop us? So finally, the so-called boss now came. The first thing he said was that, you sit down there. Obi wanted to stand up, and he said,
because I told the guys that I'm the husband.
Yes,
that they also should talk to me.
Yes, he now say, you, I don't need to talk to you. You sit there. It's I want to talk to, but you both are responsible. You people should both be responsible and everything. I'm like, what's the issue? He now say, where are you from? Normally, if they ask me that question, I tell them I'm from the Netherlands. But because of obviously we're talking, so we said, where are you from? And I said, I'm a Nigerian. So I said so that I can relate with him as like African. All of a sudden you just say, hey, we Nigerians, we are the one that come here and spoil their country. Even the black tourists, they are the one that spoil the country. The white tourists respect their values. This is an Islamic country. There's a dress code, and this is what I'm wearing is an indecent exposure. And I'm like, I was never told. We were never told at the port of entry. We've been here for 2 weeks. At that time, it was 2 weeks we've been there. So why are you coming up with all this? That you cannot tell me? Why will you be insulting my country? All your women. So I told them, look at the Gambian women. Look at what they were even passing. I said, what are they wearing? They are also wearing even worse things.
What the
so the guy
should know is that Gambia is also very well known for transactional relationships.
Transactional relationship.
Yeah, like old white women
with
catching up with young
black
Gambian boys and the other
old
way around,
men
you know,
with young. So it's always, so we discovered
a
that
lot of prostitution going on
yes. So maybe they felt I came there and I'm prostituting and I met him, and so they wanted to intimidate. At that time I was really burnt, like I'm still burnt. So I looked more like they are women. They are also very, very dark. They are darker than I am. So I told them I'm Nigerian. I wasn't informed. It's my first time here. And I said, why are you insulting my country? And so he started, the fuck. He started using swear words and swearing at me and shouting. So I got defensive and aggravated. And I'm like, no, if you cannot charge. He said he's going to charge me for indecent exposure. I said, you cannot do that because I was not informed. What you don't tell me about, if you don't want tourists here, then don't allow us to come in. Don't take our money. He said, he now said, we don't need people like you here. Nigerians are the ones getting come. We don't need people. We don't need your money. We encourage responsible tourism. This and that. It was just going on and on. I got really upset and I stepped out because I was in. I especially came in. So I stepped out of the police station to the outside. Then I said, come in. I said, I'm not going to come in because if you have what to charge me, then you charge me. If not, I'm going to leave. I'll be already bought my car because I always take along a shawl when in the evening we're going for lunch, dinner, because every evening at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. we go for lunch. We just take a walk from our hotel to the Senegambia Strip where all the restaurants are. So Obi gave me this cap. I'm like, oh, let's finish the case. So it was not like really going on and on. So I stepped out. He now said they should force me in. The men are not allowed to touch women. So one of the ladies came and was trying to push me from there. I said, do not assault me, do not manhandle me. She could not. I was not resisting. She pushed me. I was not resisting. So two officers, two male, now held me on the right, the other one on the left, and the lady was now pushing me. The officer, their boss was like, force up. That was how they were now struggling. So I held my phone on these hands. So immediately I just pressed record. So I told them, the mistake I made was telling them I was recording, because normally I'm always recording. All my moves I'm always recording in situations like that. So I pressed record and I told them I'm going live now. Stop my handle me. Is this how you treat your tourists? I'm going to go live. I'm live on Instagram now. I'm going to show the world what you do to your black tourists and everything. So I started filming the confusion. I had my acrylic nails. We were now struggling. So they saw that I was filming. They now started struggling the phone, trying to get the phone. So they popped the way I had this chain like thing on my phone. They tore it. The phone casing broke. The handle broke. The bead tore. They now popped out. Acrylic nails that is less than that was just 2 weeks old, was really painful. I still have the injury here. The 2 nails popped out and I was bleeding inside of the nail. They popped everything out. They now took the phone away from me. They now told me to sit. I said I wasn't going to sit down. They now said I should open my phone. I said I'm not going to open my phone. You first fully took it. You should open it. So they were going back and forth. One of them came, started screaming, "Who the hell do you think you are?" I said, I'm a human being. We have everything recorded. I'm a human being. So you have to delete. I said, no, since you took it, so we were going back and forth to keep the story really long. Obi went out, started calling a friend we made to inquire about getting a lawyer.
Yeah, so I went back and told the people at the door, this woman with the machine gun, that
Yes.
a lawyer is coming.
A lady at the
then
entrance
I
was
went
holding
in and shouted because
she was
there
holding
so
a gun.
So much noise in there.
And I told her, so you want to
Hey!
shoot me? She said, no. They now said the lady should move aside. But all of them, the whole police station was an uproar. People were like, why it's not this difficult? Just tell her to go back to the hotel or something. Why are you escalating this? So Obi now went, called someone, when a head lawyer and everything. Because I keep telling them I'm Dutch. I'm married to they say, hey, you are not Dutch. You say you are Nigerian. I said I'm married by marriage. I'm married to a Dutch man. They didn't believe we are married. Husband Obi said we are married. They still did not believe. So when he started mentioning lawyer, they now called him to meet their boss, to talk to the boss. I don't know what they discussed. Maybe you say that side of what you guys discussed.
No, they were not happy that you reported the incident. So and I wanted to have the incident because that's how we Dutchies are. We just de-escalate and first get out of there. No extra Allah. But first get out of there and then later on you'll do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's another thing I learned.
I talked to the boss and he said, listen, it's okay as long as she needs to delete that recording and then we can go. So I went in and to tell that. But the lady would give the phone to...
Yeah, they wanted me to open the phone. I was refusing to open the phone. So Obi was like, he's going to open the phone. I said, don't open my phone. It's an invasion of my pride. Don't open my phone. Well, I was ready for them. The way we handle things, another thing I learned, because I learned a lot of lessons about myself, about my marriage, about the intercultural marriage we are in, how people view and perceive. I have to deal with all these negative vibes from these African people and also from the white people. It's a whole lot. So in this particular instance, I learned that we as Africans, we were raised with survival. We were raised with taking things by force and being vocal. But the whites, especially the Dutch people, they are raised with so much love, everything handed to them and everything. So they don't know how to be. They can smile in your face, then in your back they do what they want to do. But we just vent our anger there and it's done. So I was trying to handle it with so much like force and anger and everything, with screaming, but that didn't work. And I learned that allowing, because I was getting upset that he wasn't acting fast enough, he wasn't firm enough. But I realized I cannot change him into who he is not. He handles it, things his own way. Because when we left there, he said he's going to take it up. He started calling the embassy, calling the foreign affairs. And I'm like, he tried to really de-escalate. If not that he de-escalate the issue, maybe I would have been thrown in jail because they were threatening to. And I'm like, no, you cannot. You cannot. Okay. I was like, okay, charge me. Since you said you want to charge me, I'm ready to face the full brunt. I was very, very stubborn.
The problem is that at some point, at least in Holland, it's a crime to be offensive towards an officer.
Yes, but if the officer does not respect himself and is assaulting me, I'm not going to sit down. Yes, I cannot sit down and be watching him. If he had disrespected his title and his rank, I'm not going to take that. So I was really, because I was shouting, I was like, you cannot do this to a white female tourist. It's because I'm black and we are Africans. We are the one that intimidate and discriminate against ourselves. Because immediately he heard Nigerian, immediately he heard I'm black. He just thinks, he thought I was a prostitute. And he kept saying I'm the wife, and they didn't believe. So to cut the long story short, Obi went and unlocked my phone. He was asking the lady was holding the phone like this, and unlock it. She was like, do you know the pin? He said, yes, she's my wife, I know her pin. So she now held the phone like this. Obi now unlocked the phone. They were not going through my videos. They deleted the one I recorded of them, and another video that was mine that I even took before I got there, which was very upsetting. I tried to retrieve that, but I didn't want to pay money. Maybe I'm going to pay money to recover that video because I really need that evidence in the future. So they now deleted the video, and that's okay. Can we go now? The boss now, so-called boss now, called me to the office that we should come to the office. He now started trying to advise me and go back and forth. I should apologize. I assaulted them and all that. I said, you assaulted me, handled me. You are still asking me to apologize. I am not going to apologize. Who apologizes for my broken nails? Who apologizes for my broken phone? Who apologizes for the assault where I came to have? And I just went through a very traumatizing thing in our life. At that particular time, I was going through all this medication, all this. I cannot go into the details now, but at that point I just went to Gambia to rest because we just had a medical thing I just went to do in Nigeria. I did not need this stress. I did not need that stress. And someone is just manhandling me and doing all that. I was really offended. I was really, really angry. And when I'm very angry, I start crying. So throughout all that time, I wasn't even crying, but at the end of it, the guy was like, this and we should apologize. Obi was like, just apologize. I said, no, it's not to apologize on their behalf, of my behalf, because I'm not going to apologize. So we're going back and forth. They say she's not remorseful. Charge her. They were just trying to threaten. Obi was like, I said, no, they are not different from the Nigerian police.
Throw her into jail and book her for 1 to 6 weeks.
He kept mentioning 1 to
later is the constitution.
Later he was just throwing words like the constitution. He was quoting the constitution. I don't know how the constitution has to do with what I was wearing, and there was nothing in the constitution that has to. If they have anything, I told them in Dubai they will tell you their code, and everybody knows you don't dress a certain way. First of all, Gambia is not an Islamic country, just predominantly Islam. Second of all, there is nowhere written that, oh, this is the dress code for tourists, you cannot do this because they attract. They don't even have a visa. You don't apply for a visa. Almost any Tom, Dick and Harry has $20 for the security fee. You can enter their country. So it's not like speaking against the Gambia, but it's not that deep. And the guy really, I think he saw us always passing. They got offended, I don't know. They just picked on us, and the thing escalated really fast. Yeah. So we went, but I was really angry. He now wanted to advise. I said, there's no need to advise me. I'm sorry, I just did like a very sarcastic sorry. And I said, can I have my phone now? So they now gave me my phone. Apparently, his colleague went through all my videos, saw all our trip. As at that time, we've gone on the Lion Walk, the Fatala trip. We've gone on most of our adventures. So he saw all the trips, and on top of my screensaver is our wedding picture. Both of our wedding pictures. So it's obvious we are married. So I think they now realized, oh shit, she's actually his wife. He now called. He was now asking my Obi, how long have you guys been together? How long has she been in Europe and everything? They now realize, oh, she's actually his wife, and she's actually Dutch, like almost Dutch. That was when they now realized that, oh, maybe they made a mistake. His voice now came down. It was like, we are just trying as a sister, as an African sister. I said, you cannot do that. So we went. The lady also called me and let's talk to you as a woman. I said, no, you cannot talk to me as a woman. You already embarrassed me, and I have my phone now. I just felt humiliated at that point because you after humiliating me, you now want me to be like a power thing. They now wanted me to also apologize again. So I just broke down. I started crying. I said, I really felt humiliated, guys. So we walked away, had dinner, but I could not sleep. I was boiling in my mind. I said, I'm going to take it to the highest level. I have the money. Even if it's the little money I saved in this country, I was willing to take it to any length to get a lawyer to fight the case, because it wasn't going to go like that. We had all the records, everything happened within 40-45 minutes. Obi's phone, meanwhile, all this while, Obi's phone was recording everything, the audio. They've deleted the video, but we have the audio, we still do. So I couldn't sleep. I started Googling lawyers, Human Rights Commission, the National Human Rights Commission. I started googling, and the next morning, unfortunately, we had to go to Senegal. It was the day we were actually our last day in Gambia. We were going to Senegal the next day. So I almost cancelled the trip. Obi said, should we cancel? I said, no, let's just continue.
About that part, that maybe it was better to cancel. We're going to talk in
Yeah,
another video.
in another video, because this video
There's a whole story.
Yeah,
on
there's
its
a whole
own.
story.
I can promise you,
Yeah.
there was the most expensive trip ever.
So we'll continue in the next video, because this video is already like really too long. Hope you guys enjoyed this and learned one or two tips. In the part 2, we are going to share more and
What we actually
adventure.
did also to learn Mr. Mike the boss a little lesson.
And what we did with this issue, and what our
I think
adventure
that
in Senegal.
Mike the boss will never do this anymore in his whole life. If he's still working there.
Yeah,
Maybe they just kicked his ass out.
I hope
Because
so.
I thought, you know, sometimes you need to set an example, and you can talk to people and ask them to apologize for their behavior. But if there are no consequences to the behavior, then sometimes it doesn't really help.
Yeah.
So
that will be in the next video.
that will explain in the next video what we did to make sure that it was a little bit extra than just an apology.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you guys. Bye guys. See you guys on the next one.